lot of trouble.
After the way they played this year, they should put...
And there he is!
You're right. I think that's the original Sin Cara because the leap into the ring was a little more...
WWE had a dream to create the next Rey Mysterio, a mass sensation who could electrify audiences, sell merchandise, and become a global superstar. But instead, they got this. Botches, injuries, and controversy. Sin Cara was supposed to be WWE's biggest luchador, but instead he became a joke. And here's the craziest part. Everyone who wore the mask failed. Was it bad luck, poor booking, or was the Sin Cara character cursed? Today we're diving deep into WWE's biggest mask disaster, the rise and fall of Sin Cara. Before diving in, don't forget to subscribe if you love deep dives into WWE's biggest failures and controversies. Now let's go back to where it all began. It was February 24, 2011. WWE held a massive press conference in Mexico City, something they almost never do for a new signing. But this wasn't just any signing, this was Mystico, Mexico's biggest luchador. In Mexico, Mystico was a legend. He had his own comic book series, main event shows, and was a household name. WWE saw dollar signs. They thought, we just found the next Rey Mysterio. But little did they know, they were signing their biggest disaster. Before we continue, comment below, who do you think was WWE's best masked superstar of all time? April 4, 2011, Sin Cara makes his WWE debut, running in to save Daniel Bryan, and boom, he completely botches his entrance. This was supposed to be WWE's next big star, and this is how he started. Things didn't get better. WWE gave him this weird blue lighting for his matches, because why not make it even harder for him to see? And the botches? Oh, they just kept coming. Springboard, botched. Dive, botched. Even basic moves, you guessed it, botched. If you've ever seen a Sin Cara botch live, hit that like button. At Money in the Bank, Sin Cara took this brutal ladder spot from Sheamus. But the next day, WWE announced he was suspended for violating the wellness policy. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, WWE replaced him. While Mystico was suspended, WWE had another wrestler, Hunico, put on the Sin Cara mask. And this guy, he was about to steal the whole gimmick. What do you think? Should Hunico have been Sin Cara from the start? Comment below. WWE turned reality into storyline. The two Sin Caras faced off. Mystico, the original, versus Hunico, the imposter. And honestly, this was kinda cool. Mystico won, unmasking Hunico, but his problems weren't over. Boom! Injured again. Another 6 months gone. Injuries, botches, suspensions. At this point, do you think Sin Cara was cursed? By 2013, WWE was done with Mystico. They quietly let him go and gave the Sin Cara character to Hunico permanently. And honestly, he was way smoother in the ring. Hunico gave Sin Cara some stability, but by then, the damage was done. The character had lost all its credibility. He couldn't adapt to WWE style. Sin Cara, originally known as Mystico in Mexico, was a Lucha Libre icon. His high-flying, fast-paced offense made him a sensation, but when he arrived in WWE, there was a huge problem. WWE's wrestling style is completely different. In Mexico, matches are quick, improvisational, and packed with non-stop action. In WWE, it's slower, more structured, and built around storytelling. Sin Cara just never adjusted, which led to constant miscommunications in the ring. WWE overhyped him way too fast. WWE treated Sin Cara's signing like a historical event. They held a huge press conference in Mexico City, something they had never done before, for a new signee. They billed him as the next Rey Mysterio before he even stepped foot in the WWE ring. But here's the issue. When you hype someone that much, fans expect a flawless performance. And as we know, Sin Cara's run was anything but flawless. If you enjoyed the video so far, don't forget to subscribe. It helps us a lot and guarantees you won't miss future wrestling deep dives. Botches and injuries killed his momentum. Let's be honest, Sin Cara became famous for the wrong reasons. His botched entrance on his debut night, a disaster. his matches filled with awkward slips and mistimed moves, and every time he seemed to gain momentum, boom, he'd get injured. One of his biggest setbacks was the Money in the Bank 2011 match, where Sheamus powerbombed him through a ladder. It was a brutal spot, and WWE wrote him off with a fake injury. But in reality, he had been suspended for violating WWE's wellness policy. By the time he came back, fans had already lost faith in him. Poor communication in the ring. One of the biggest problems Sin Cara faced was language. Most of the WWE's roster spoke English, but Sin Cara barely did. In wrestling, in-ring communication is critical. You need to call moves, adjust to mistakes, and keep the match flowing, but with Sin Cara, that wasn't just happening. This led to constant miscommunication, awkward silences, and of course, more botches. It got so bad that WWE gave up on him and had someone else play the Sin Cara character instead. Hey, if you love wrestling history and crazy WWE moments, you need to be subscribed. Trust me, there's more wild content on the way. Rey Mysterio wasn't just great in the ring, he had emotional storylines that made fans love him. Whether it was his underdog journey, his rivalry with Eddie Guerrero, or his heartbreaking moments with Batista, fans cared about him. But Sin Cara, WWE never gave him a compelling story. Sure, they tried the fake Sin Cara feud, but it wasn't enough. He was just another guy in a mask who could do cool moves, but never made fans feel anything. And in WWE, if fans don't care about you, you're done. Mystico went back to Mexico, reclaiming his old name and career. He's thrilling in CMLL. Hunico, he's still wrestling, but without the Sin Cara mask. At WWE, they haven't tried another masked star since. So was the Sin Cara character cursed? Or was it just bad decisions, bad luck, and bad timing? One thing's for sure, Sin Cara had all the potential in the world, but in WWE, he became a joke, and now he's just a forgotten experiment. But Sin Cara wasn't the only masked wrestler with a shocking WWE story. But did you know Penta has a secret connection to Rey Mysterio that almost changed his career? Click the video on your screen now to uncover a wild Lucha Libre secret WWE doesn't want you to know. If you made it this far, you're a real one. Hit that subscribe button and let us know what WWE failure we should cover next.